Wild turkeys have a bronze-green iridescent plumage on most of their feathers. They have dark wings with white barring. The rump and tail feathers have white or rusty tips, which is especially noticeable when the males are strutting. The head and neck is bare skin, which can be red, blue, or gray. In the spring, when the days lengthen and the warmth starts to spread across the land, males seek out females and warn other males by gobbling and strutting. This can be called a dance, as they fan out their tail feathers and raise their body feathers while strutting. They fan their tails, lower their wings, and make hum-chump sounds. They have a pecking order like chickens, although the male's hierarchy is always changing. Males will challenge each other, especially during mating season. Males breed with multiple partners, then leave the females to do the rearing and form flocks of males. Often large flocks are formed that consist of 2 or more adult hens with several young turkeys, the chicks staying with their mom and joining other families. Turkeys have 28 distinct calls, which have different meanings for different situations. Wild turkeys are not migratory except Alaska. They are often in flocks foraging for plant matter from the ground, but can climb into shrubs and small trees for fruit. In the fall, winter, and early spring, they will eat acorns, beech nuts, pecans, hickory nuts, wild black cherries, white ash seeds, and other seeds and berries. They also eat hemlock buds, evergreen ferns, club moss, and burdock when the snow becomes too deep for other food. They're generally in separate groups at this time. The jakes or young toms are in one group, the old and young hens together, and the mature gobblers in their own group. If nuts are scarce in spring, they will dig up bulbs of plants. In summer, they eat seeds of sedges and grasses, and will even eat salamanders, snails, ground beetles, and other insects. They also need to swallow grit to help digest their food. Before she lays eggs, the female turkey makes a shallow depression on the ground at the base of a tree, under a brush pile, or in thick shrubbery. She'll sometimes use open hayfields. The nest material consists of dead leaves and other plants from the site itself. The nest is about 1 inch deep and 8 to 13 inches wide and long. She lays 4 to 17 eggs and incubates them for 25 to 31 days. They are well developed upon hatching, with tannish brown and gray down. Once hatched, they only remain in the nest for 1 day before leaving with their mother to forage for food. Nest predators include raccoons, opossums, striped skunks, gray foxes, woodchucks, rat snakes, bull snakes, birds, and rodents. Walking is their main way of getting around, running and flying when necessary. Females are more apt to fly than males. They walk about 1 to 2 miles a day, depending on food sources. At night, wild turkeys find an appropriate place to roost, usually in a flock, by flying into lower branches of a tree and then moving upward 1 limb at a time. They can go quite high, so they'll be safe from predators. Their predators are coyotes, bobcats, raccoons, mountain lions, golden eagles, great horned owls, and people.